Skin Tom is a scary urban legend from Tennessee about a young man named Tom who came to a grisly end. His ghost is said to haunt Lover's Lane throughout the southern United States. Have you seen the ghost of Skinned Tom? Bloody red bones with all the skin gone. Oh, 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 oh. Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on? In rural Tennessee, there lived a young man named Tom. He was handsome, witty, charming, and athletic. What's more, Tom had an eye for the ladies, and few could resist his charms. Every girl in town eventually fell for Tom's good looks, but he was never satisfied. As soon as he had romanced one girl, he would break up with her and move on to the next. Before long, Tom had dated every single girl in the area. In search of more romance, Tom moved on to new pastures and began driving to the next town over, hoping to meet more girls. Soon, he came across a beautiful young lady named Eleanor. She had long blonde hair, bright blue eyes, and a curvy figure. Tom was smitten with Eleanor, and they began dating. Just one problem: Eleanor was already married. But that didn't stop Tom. In fact, he enjoyed the excitement of sneaking around and having an affair with a married woman. The pair would often meet late at night in the local Lover's Lane and make out in Tom's car. Tom and Eleanor made little effort to keep their affair a secret, and before too long, the folks in town began to gossip. Eventually, her husband got wind of what was going on and was driven insane with jealousy. He vowed to get revenge on the two of them. He told his wife that he was going out of town for the weekend and then hid in the woods behind his house. As he had guessed, that evening Tom showed up to take the lady out. The husband followed them to the nearby Lover's Lane. Tom and Eleanor were locked in a passionate embrace when all of a sudden they heard the car door open. Standing there was Eleanor's husband. His face was twisted in an evil grin, and his hands were clenching a hunting knife. Tom was scared out of his wits and began begging for his life. He swore up and down that he didn't know Eleanor was married, but the husband did not believe him. The wronged husband grabbed Tom by the ankles and dragged him out of the car, still bearing a sadistic grin upon his face. "Please don't kill me," begged Tom. "Oh no," said the husband, "I'm not going to kill you. I have something worse in mind." With that, the husband dragged Tom off into the darkness. Cowering in the car, Eleanor couldn't see what was happening, but she was forced to listen to Tom's blood-curdling screams as they pierced through the Tennessee night. Finally, the husband emerged from the darkness. His clothes were covered in blood. Without saying a word, he climbed back into his car and drove to the local police station, where he turned himself in. The next morning, the police drove up to the crime scene and made a horrifying discovery. Hanging from the branches of a tree was a pile of human skin. They had realized the husband had not killed Tom. In fact, he had skinned him carefully while he was still alive. The husband had then draped Tom's hide over a branch and left him to die. The police searched the area, but Tom was nowhere to be seen, and they could find no trace of the hunting knife either. They say that Tom still lurks around Lover's Lane, waiting to catch a cheating couple and teach them the same lesson he had learned that fateful night. Once a handsome young man, he is now a bloody skeleton, stalking Lover's Lane with a hunting knife clutched in his bony fingers. All of the teenagers in Tennessee are warned by their parents: don't go to Lover's Lane if you don't want to be Skinned Tom's next victim.